Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and this week we are updating these end tables. As you can tell, the tops are in pretty bad condition and I don't really like the whole shutter look that's on the drawer fronts. So if you want to see this major makeover, stay tuned and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for more furniture makeover videos. My name is CJ and I'm the owner of the Social Paintbrush. I recently quit my job to stay home with my kids and pursue my passion of finding unwanted old pieces of furniture, give it new life, and sell it for a profit. So join me on my journey and I hope that I teach you something along the way. The key to a lasting finish is proper prep. I'm starting by cleaning my piece with Krud Kutter and a kitchen sponge using the abrasive side. I'm going to let that sit there for just a few seconds while I take off the handles. I have a crock pot that I use only for cleaning handles. I'll put that in there with equal parts water and vinegar, put it on low for about 6 hours, and then I will use a steel wool to clean any grime or dirt off the handles, and I'll get ready to spray paint it once it dries. Even if you think your piece doesn't look that dirty, you still have to clean it because you don't know what they used to clean that furniture for years. And I'm going to show you why it's so important to clean it in just a second. Look at this rag. It's disgusting. I like using a washcloth to get in between the spindles. I have a fresh bucket of water and a clean rag to just wipe off any Krud Kutter residue, and I did that twice. I did not have to strip the top of this piece because the finish was pretty much gone, so I just used my Orbital sander with a 120 grit sandpaper and went up to 220 grit sandpaper just to smooth everything out. I went with the wood grain, took my time so I didn't scratch the wood. Like I said earlier, I really don't like this shutter look on the drawers. I think it made it look outdated and I had a different vision for it. So I just took my time prying the plastic piece off, took out any nails and filled in the holes with wood filler. I let that dry, sanded it down smooth. When you're doing something like this, you just want to be careful because you don't want to damage the wood underneath. I'm using my Surfprep sander with my medium foam pad to get into the little details and to scuff sand the piece. This is a very important step so your primer has something to stick to, and I always prime my pieces. I'm using Shellac for primer. This is my favorite primer and has never failed me. I like to apply it using my spray gun, but my spray gun was clogging on me. I don't think I cleaned it well enough. But regardless, I love this primer. I'm using the paint wash technique for the tops of the tables and the drawer fronts. I mixed white, gray, and brown chalk paint until I liked the color that I got. and I water it down. I will apply this using a sponge. I love this technique. It's very easy and it's very forgiving. I'm now wiping it back with a paper towel. I like to use bunny paper towels because it doesn't shed on me. I did 2 coats of this, and when you wipe it back, it shows some of that wood grain underneath. However, when it dried, it kind of had like an orangey hue to it, and I didn't really like that. It's hard to tell on the camera, but in order for me to tone down some of that orangey hue to it, I did just a white paint wash right over top of that, wiped it back, and once it dried, it definitely toned it down, and I loved how it looked after. I did not want such a stark white color, so I added some Greige Anatomy to the vintage white. I'm using Junk Monkey paint that I had left from a previous project. My number one advice, especially if you're just starting out, is use up what you have and don't buy so many colors. This will ensure that your paint is not going to waste and you're making the most money out of each piece. I wanted to add a unique design element to the drawer fronts, so I used my Cricut to find a stencil that I liked, placed it on the drawer fronts. I took my time with this. You will want to do 2 to 3 light coats of the paint when you're stenciling, and I did use a sponge to make sure that I don't get any bleed throughs. So real quickly, I just want to tell you guys about how much I'm going to be making on this piece. Like I said earlier, I spent $14, so $7 a piece, and everything that I used, I already had. Guys, you don't need to buy all new materials or all new everything every time. Try to use up what you have. That way you get more money in your pocket and you don't waste any product. I will be selling this for $2.75. And if I did have to add up the materials that I use, I maybe spent anywhere from $20 to $25. So roughly I'll get around $2.30 to $2.40 on this profit. And I almost always deliver my pieces and I will add delivery to that as well, just depending on where they are. So I don't think that's too bad at all. So overall, I think it took me 6 hours, maybe 7 hours from start to finish, with a profit of about 240, 230 to 240. That's probably about $30 an hour, including looking for the piece, picking it up, and more if I have to deliver. I'm adding a little bit of antiquing along the edges and the sides of the end tables using an artist brush and the Greige Anatomy paint. This is very popular right now. So one of the things that I like to do is go to furniture stores just to look at what's trending, what's new, what is popular, and I see this design trend a lot right now. My favorite way to apply my top coat is with a spray gun. I get a smooth and even coverage. I do about 2 to 3 coats with a light sand in between. I forgot to take a video of me spray painting the handles, but I like to use Rustoleum metallics, and I used champagne mist for the color, and I will show you guys what that looks like in the reveal. I absolutely love how these end tables turned out, and the color for the handles is perfect. This can either go boho or farmhouse style. Let me know what you guys think, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. And if you would consider buying me a coffee, I will put the link down in the description below. This will just help me grow my small business and help me grow as a YouTube creator. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you in our next video.